Hello, everyone. Welcome to Venture Kidz, where future entrepreneurs start their journey. Today, we are going to talk about an important topic, how failures becomes your superpower. Have you ever failed at something? Maybe you studied hard for a test and still didn't get the marks you wanted. Or maybe your team lost a match, even though you practiced for weeks. It hurts, right? But what if I told you that failure isn't the end? It's your superpower? Let me tell you a few stories. There was once a young man who dreamed of creating the world's best chicken recipe. He spent years experimenting in his small kitchen, trying different ingredients, adjusting flavors, and perfecting the blend. When he finally believed it was ready, he packed his bags and traveled from restaurant to restaurant, hoping someone would try it and say yes, but 1,009 restaurants rejected him. Some said the recipe was too simple. Some said nobody would buy it. Some didn't even taste it. Imagine hearing no 1,000 times. Most people would have stopped at the 10th no, or even the first. But he didn't quit. On the 1,010th attempt, a small restaurant finally agreed to try his recipe, and people loved it. That man was Colonel Sanders, the founder of KFC, a global brand that started with rejection after rejection, and a man who refused to give up on his idea. Then there's J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter. Before her books became famous, she faced one of the toughest moments in her life. She had no money, was living in a small apartment, and was raising her child alone. Writing was the only thing that kept her going. When she sent her first Harry Potter manuscript to publishers, 12 companies rejected her. They said the story was too long, too strange, or that children wouldn't be interested in magic, but she believed in her story. She believed in Harry, Hermione, and Ron. She believed kids would love the magical world she imagined, even if the adults didn't. And she was right. Today, Harry Potter is one of the most successful book series ever written, loved by millions of kids around the world. And let's not forget Steve Jobs. He started Apple in his parents' garage with almost nothing, just his creativity and passion. Slowly, the company grew, but as it got bigger, disagreements happened. Eventually, he was fired from the company he helped create. Can you imagine that? Being kicked out of your own dream? Most people would have felt defeated and walked away, but not Steve Jobs. He used this painful failure as a chance to rebuild himself. He started new companies, learned new skills, and gained new perspectives. Years later, Apple invited him back, and he transformed it into one of the most iconic companies in the world. Each of these people had moments when everything seemed to fall apart. Moments where others would have quit. Moments where failure looked final, but instead of stopping, they said, "Okay, what's the next step?" Their failures didn't break them, they built them. So next time something doesn't work out, don't say, "I failed." Say, "I just found one more way that didn't work. Now I'm smarter." Remember, every great inventor, leader, and entrepreneur has a secret power, and that power is the courage to keep going, even when things fall apart. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's the path to it. So don't be afraid to make mistakes. Be afraid of not trying. Because your next failure might be the very thing that leads you to your biggest success. Believe it. Every time you fail, you're growing stronger, smarter, and braver. That's your superpower. Thanks for watching Venture Kidz. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your suggestions in the comments. And if you want to join our young entrepreneur community, sign up using the link in the description.